let's have a think through this piece now. Most of the action, of course, is in the left hand, with this beautiful singing tune over the top. So I'm going to go through it both hands together and talk through what I'm thinking of. We need some pedal at the start, and I'm aiming for a very even ripple as a background. Establishes our key of A minor very nicely, doesn't it? And there's a lovely flow to it as well, pedaling twice per bar. And he has very kindly told us in bar 3, take time for these left-hand leaps that are about to happen. So at the end of bar 2, not so big a leap there, but make sure we're on the right key. He's allowing us to be a bit flexible with the time there. Now, I would be inclined to practice that left hand a little bit like this. Make sure I'm on that A ready to start. Make sure I know what's going to happen in bar 3. Move swiftly to the D. And then when I know I'm ready, I know what I'm doing, swiftly get ready. And I would carry on through that all the way through to bar 10. The temptation is in the last beat of the bar is to speed up the semiquavers because we start to get anxious about that leap. So make sure that you don't rush there. Also avoid any sort of staccato on the last note, any sort of it could end up with a little accent if we're not careful. Again, in our anxiety to get down there, which again is why Mark Tanner has said, avoid that. Take your time to get to the leap. Look ahead, know what you're doing. I would then practice it. We've paused, haven't we? We've got to the leap and then we've paused. I would then practice it playing the note, but pausing on it, the first note of the bar. And that, I think, will secure that left-hand part. And we've got a very straightforward tune over the top of that, which won't pose any problems, I'm sure. Let's go from bar 3. So steady left hand for those notes. No sense of rushing. It's all very calm at the start, isn't it? Change of a shift of I'm going to say tonality. It's going to go straight back to A in a minute, so we don't really establish a new tonality. Of E flat major. Or is it F? The answer is it's just shifting, isn't it? And then we've got from bar 11 a different figure in our left hand. This is very arpeggio based, isn't it? If we think of playing our arpeggios for a moment, when we learn them, we do let's see if we can play it smooth, third finger over the thumb thing. But I would put it to you that, especially when it's going a bit faster, think of a slightly more of a lateral movement of the hand. I'll exaggerate it now. And when it's moving at speed, that little gap will gradually disappear, especially, of course, when we've got the pedal. And the reason for that is that when we do that over the handy thing, especially if we're going over to a fourth finger, which we are about to be here, that's creating all sorts of tension in my hand. My hand's having to twist round. And when I play, if I'm going for the legato thing, that fourth finger's got to press there while I lift up my thumb, but I haven't really got the space to do it. Classic way of creating the stress in your hand, and possibly harming it as well. So in reality, it's a mix of, let's take the shape that Mark Tanner's using now. It's a mix of over the top and prematurely letting go of the A. Notice I'm doing it down as well, why not? I think I'm thinking of a famous piece by Chopin, aren't I? So this works as a very good precursor to that piece. And that pattern we're going to see in various positions, aren't we? Why don't we take it through all 12 keys? I'm not going to do it now, but you might start in C. Let's think majors. Let's go up. I'm going to put it down an octave. In D. E flat. Notice how, if I do it slowly, I'm doing it slightly detached deliberately so I can really hear what I'm doing. I'm not practicing this with the pedal, am I? No pedal, nice and dry, slightly detached. Are my fingers even? Am I hitting the right notes? I'm giving my ears really a chance to assess what I'm doing. Oop, wrong note there. And work on through all 12 keys, so that when we get to bar 15, which is in a slightly more awkward place, isn't it? Because we're in those gaps there between the notes. Again, that lateral movement of the hand will help here, I think. You're getting in there, off that recipe for disaster, I think. An E flat. I'm playing on slightly too fast here, by the way. Keep the destination tempo in mind. It's not that fast. And the tune over the top for that section, I would definitely put the fourth finger on the C, because that gives us that wonderful hand position. We don't need to move the hand for this bit, do we? So we can concentrate our efforts on working out what's going on down here. Let's pick it up from bar 11 and I'll run it through for a little while. I'm tempted to dig in a bit on those low notes. I think they sound lovely. Same thing again. Now a change of tonality, slight shift. And for me, it could still be loud, it says still loud, but I'm hearing it slightly pulled back. Especially on that E flat chord. And then, I'm very definitely tucking away quietly there. We're back to our Bleak Sea feel, aren't we? And we keep the pedal on throughout these 2 bars now. Gradually slowing up before we head back in. So it is a very atmospheric piece by Mark Tanner. It's the left hand, clearly, that will need a little bit of work on these arpeggios. And I think after you've got those various patterns, the piece will come together really very quickly. Enjoy learning it, and if you have any questions, please come back to me. Bye-bye for now.